Smoke detector alarms. You know them, you love them. The battery gets low, it starts chirping, and you replace the battery. But not everybody chooses to do that. Some people choose instead to live indefinitely with an annoying chirping sound going off roughly every 30 to 45 seconds. Why, you may ask, would a person do that? Well, you come to the right place because this is exactly the issue we are going to dive in today, looking at the history, the deep lore, the best available research to glean whatever we can in trying to understand this emergent phenomenon. The discourse around smoke detector ignorers, or SDIs, as I will call them for the duration of the video, has grown over the last few months, with even large accounts bringing attention to it, like when Jack Posobiec tweeted about Joy Reid's smoke detector in her Instagram Live video.
Mr. This is where woke comes to die, little...
Did you catch that? Let's run it back one more time.
Mr. This is where woke comes to die, little mini Ron DeSantis, the little tiny governor of Florida, the tiny and I would say probably the most functionally racist governor in America, Ron DeSantis. Turns out he's super anti-immigration, super anti-woke, but his great-great-grandmother, Luigi Colucci, came to the United States not on the Nina, the Maria, or the Santa Maria, as he might have you believe, given his complete devotion to the founders and to the people who colonized this country originally and their absolute and total moral goodness.
Joy Reid purportedly has a net worth north of $20 million, earning over $12 million a year through her MSNBC salary, as well as royalties from her books. Which begs the question, how does a woman this successful record a video with an annoying and embarrassing chirp happening in the background and upload the video without having the wherewithal to know that, first of all, that would be annoying to listen to, and that also people would probably make fun of her for not fixing the issue before recording the video? I can't answer that for you. Those are questions that only Joy Reid can answer. But what I can do is tell you that this phenomenon is not as new as it may seem. In fact, the discourse around SDIs has been raging for decades. Many point to Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew, co-hosts of the popular radio show Loveline, as being the original intrepid adventurers to discover and explore this issue. Loveline was a call-in show where people would phone to get advice with their love life. But Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew noticed this recurring issue and started to become somewhat obsessed with trying to understand it. In doing so, they left behind a trove of valuable artifacts for us to unearth in our own quest to understand what is going on here. So we're going to take a look at a few of those Loveline calls, starting with this one of the first known recorded appearances of the phenomenon.
But I didn't mean it sort of physiologically. I meant burst your bubble emotionally. I'm going to take a bat to that smoke detector, Nicole. I swear to God, I'm coming over there.
You hear that?
I was just wondering. I have another question.
No, wait, let's finish
Nicole,
this one.
hold on.
What?
Nicole.
Huh?
Take that smoke detector down.
Is there a smoke detector in your house that's doing that chirping? Okay, could you go into another room, possibly?
What are you smoking, Nicole?
All right, go into the bathroom.
It's going to echo.
I'd rather hear it echo than hear that smoke detector.
Can you really hear it?
Yes.
Okay,
Hold on one second. Let's examine the question, can you really hear it? Let's just go ahead and break that one down for a second.
Wow.
Yeah, Nicole, I'm going to kill you if you don't get rid of that damn thing that's chirping in the background. Can you hear it?
Can you really hear it?
Good part. Where does it feel good?
She doesn't know where we're bluffing. Yeah. All right.
It was a little batty.
Yeah, we got a camera in the air vent. All right, Nicole,
Yeah.
you don't get a second question for that retarded comment you just made about us hearing it.
When it goes all day?
Hey, listen, don't you go insane with that thing going off every 10 seconds?
I kind of got used to it. I've been living here for like a year or so.
Oh, Nicole.
Just change the battery. That's all you got to do.
Actually, the manager said that it beeps because it doesn't need a battery.
He's trying to chase you out, I think.
He's gaslighting you, Nicole. He's trying to drive you insane slowly so he can move his in-laws in there. Nicole, is there an adult on the premises?
No, not right
Why
now.
are you living by yourself?
I'm not living by myself. My father works the graveyard shift.
Where's your mom?
I don't know in hell, I hope.
What happened there?
Well, she was a big old drug addict, and a year or two, and then I got kicked out of school, so I came over here, and I've been living here since.
And when did you lose your hearing?
My hearing?
All right.
I think we were talking earlier before we went on the air about adaptation.
Yeah.
You know, she
No
just
kidding.
screens out the white
So,
noise.
Nicole, you're 17, but you're a virgin?
No.
No, because the whole virgin thing didn't fit.
But she's not getting any pleasure from sex. Is the deal.
That part fits. For a minute, I was confused and thought somebody from this background hadn't had sex yet, and I realized that was a ridiculous notion from doing this show. How many? When did you lose your virginity?
See, that part I'm not sure, because, like, when I was 13, me and this guy got into it and stuff, but, like, right when it went in, I told him to stop. And then when I was 15, I actually had the whole...
Deal. Right.
The whole thing.
All right.
I guess.
All right. Nicole? Number one, get a 9-volt battery for that goddamn smoke detector. Listen, I'm the kind of guy who, leave a beer with a cigarette butt floating in it on my nightstand for a week.
Right.
But even I will not leave the smoke detector with the chirping go on for more than half a night. As a matter of fact, I just got up the other night and pulled my one off the ceiling. But the problem is I have two. I got one upstairs and one in the basement. Being the pessimist that I am, when I heard the chirping from inside my bedroom, I got up in my stupor. I walked down the stairs into the basement,
Change that one.
dismantled the one in the basement, set it down, walked back up, got in bed, laid down, heard the chirping again, and realized it was the one just outside my bedroom door in the hallway. The manager said that meant the battery was fresh.
Doesn't need a battery.
In those early days, we can see what started off as mostly a minor annoyance, like, hey, why wouldn't you change the battery? That sound is annoying. But as time progressed, and as they encountered this phenomenon over and over and over again, that frustration turned to curiosity. And they began deeper explorations, trying to understand the issue from all sides, including the technical side. How exactly do these smoke detectors work? What is the precise timing of the chirping? And can we get to the point where we're predicting the chirp to the second, as well as a deeper psychological examination of the SDI mentality? What is it about a person that allows them to live their life that way, for example?
Well, what kinds of things get you aroused?
I don't know. It'll be like unintentional things. Like, I don't know, like, you know how you see the intimate parts of a movie, that'll do it. Or just have a really vivid imagination, sometimes that'll do it. But when I'm with a guy, it just...
Have you just not been in love? You've not been in love with a guy?
Am I in love? No.
Have you ever been?
No.
I think that may be the miss...
Do I have to? I shouldn't have to be... I didn't think I had
Hold on
to
a
be in
second.
love. I mean,
Hold on, Margie.
Okay.
Hold on.
Smoke detector battery went off in the background. I have it clocked in at about 108, 109.
Okay.
So we should be looking for that thing to
53.
go off.
Well, it's every 35.
They're about somewhere between 35 and 55 seconds.
So around 43, she's got to be quiet again.
Okay.
She lives in L.A. Can't. It sounds like her phone's right next to it, too. Here we go.
I can't really hear you.
Okay, just be quiet for a second.
Okay.
Hold on. There we go.
Okay, that was at 47. Okay, hold on. Let me triangulate here.
What room are you in,
47
Marjorie?
off there.
My bedroom?
Your bedroom.
Yeah.
She sleeps with
Okay.
this, Adam. I want you to think about that.
All right. Oh, when I'm in charge,
But
Marjorie.
be sympathetic. She can't get aroused. The engine isn't running.
Mm-hmm.
She probably doesn't even hear this.
7 is 13 seconds, so we're probably coming in about 25.
For the next
Get a
go-around?
fresh
I think it's
piece
about
of paper.
18, so hold on here.
All right, hold on, Marjorie.
Marjorie, be quiet for 1 minute, okay?
Okay.
Here we go. All right, here we go. Oh, yeah, see, 20.
23. It's 23. 23, so hold on. I had it at 47. I went off at...
It's going to be 50.
20. Well, hold on. What's 23 and 47?
23 and 47.
Sorry. What's
Less.
13 and 23?
36.
36?
We're past that. It's going to be about 56.
No, it's coming.
Okay. Quiet.
How's it 36? 30.
Here we go, 50.
59.
54.
59. 59, you son of a bitch.
What
I
are
told you.
At? I'm seeing 56.
I'm looking at the clock right
I'm
there.
looking at this one up here. We're looking at two different clocks. We're off by a few seconds.
Okay, Drew, this is an outrage. What did I say, 39 seconds? What do I want, 59?
Why don't you question Marjorie a little bit about her living environment?
Okay, but how many seconds did I have? 39 on the extrapolation there?
Yeah. Yeah.
So we going off on 38 here?
Yeah.
We're looking at the clock. We're trying to time the smoke detector if anyone's just tuned in. All right.
5. Oh.
Okay.
So it's 35. It's 35.
35?
Yeah.
36 seconds. Oh, that's what I said the first time.
Yes, you did.
All right, 36 seconds. Now, Marjorie.
Yes.
That, when did it go off on the last one? By
35.
The way? Oh, went off on 35? All right, so 411 should do it. Okay, you live in a room that has a smoke detector that goes off every 36 seconds.
Right?
Okay.
Yeah. Are you in your bedroom right now?
Yeah.
Okay. Just for a second, listen to the ambient noise in your room right now.
Mm-hmm.
Do you hear that?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Now, how long has that been going off that way?
For quite a while, but I just get used to it, so I don't really hear it anymore.
All right. Do you understand that would drive an iguana nuts if it was in a
So you want me to go
cage
to
in your
another
room?
room?
No.
That's what killed your trend.
No. Now, where is your bed in relation to the smoke detector?
Like 2 feet from right underneath it.
And this has been happening for weeks now. Yes.
Months.
Yeah, for like.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah, for like a year.
Really, a year?
But
That is a
yeah.
record of some type.
Hold on. Let me talk to Drew for a second.
Wow, I am impressed.
First off, how low can the battery go that it can give the low battery detection for 4 years? Couldn't one argue that that's not a low battery?
Yes, one could.
I mean, it's like, your cell phone does that low battery
chirp.
tick.
Yeah,
Chirp.
and then you got about a minute.
What if you were able to talk for 6 hours with that chirp going off? Okay, but maybe. No, I was going to say maybe hers is hardwired somehow, but it couldn't be.
No. But just okay.
It is actually very possible that Marjorie's smoke detector is in fact hardwired, as many modern smoke detectors are. Adam seems to dismiss this, probably thinking to himself, if it's hardwired, why would it beep? But the reality is, many of the hardwired smoke detectors also have a battery backup. So if you're asleep and the power goes out and there's a fire, the smoke detector will still go off to wake you up. This combination of being hardwired while having a battery backup means the smoke detector could chirp at you indefinitely, provided your house has electricity.
All right. Marjorie.
Yes.
You know what a 9-volt battery is?
Yeah.
You're going to need to replace the battery that's in. People die every day. Thankfully, hold on, let me talk to Drew for a second.
I want to hear it go on.
Thankfully, in a sort of a Darwinian way, it's the people that don't replace the battery in the smoke detector end up dying. So it sort of kind of takes care of itself if you're an atheist and into Darwinism like I am. So no big loss. But we like Marjorie, and we would like you to replace that 9-volt battery with a new one, all right?
I'll do it this weekend.
Oh, please. And you know how you can tell if it's got juice in it? You put it on your tongue.
Yeah, she don't want to do that.
Okay, so you got to fall in love, Marjorie. I have no idea what Marjorie's question was. I just had to time. And then it becomes very important to me that I'm able to time the chirp. And that was 36 seconds. The average runs over 30 and about under 45 or 50.
50.
The average
under
chirp.
35 to 50 is really the range.
Average chirp is somewhere in the mid 40s or low 40s. Would you say, Drew?
Actually, I think there's sort of two clusters. One is around 50 and one's around 35.
Yeah. So her chirp is going off. Let me just do some crazy math here.
How many times a day?
Her chirp is going off approximately 2 times a minute. Okay?
120 times an hour.
Well, it's a little bit less.
Let's just say 100 times an hour.
Let's be forgiving because it's more than 100 times. 100 times
just
an hour.
to round down.
100 times an hour. So it goes off about 800 times in her average sleep.
2,400 times a day.
Yeah, but she's not in her room 24 hours a day.
800 times while she's there.
That's right. All right. We'll be back.
This would eventually become an all-encompassing obsession for Adam Carolla, unable to focus on anything other than the caller's smoke detector chirp.
I'm just going down the line here. We'll talk to Michelle, who's 16. Michelle?
Hey, what's up?
What's up?
I was just wondering about how I can get into the radio business and journalism and stuff like that, because I know you're, like, the coolest person right now.
Yeah, smoke detector. All right, we're going to need to focus on that. First, I need to pace your smoke detector, so it went off about
Yeah, it
13.
goes off a lot. I don't even hear it anymore.
Yeah, that's a good thing.
Why don't you replace the battery?
Go.
Because that's my dad's job.
Went off about 13:22, and it usually goes off between 30 and 35 seconds. So I'm looking for something any second now. Let's just focus. Stay in this. There we go. Okay, that went off at 57 and then 32. So it's at 35 seconds. I've through doing Loveline, I know how. It's probably the Coleman Smokebuster series. Let me just again. I now become obsessed. I have to track it and time
Yeah,
it.
I know.
Okay, don't
it
talk, baby doll. It's going to go off. It should go off at 32. Just a little, 31 or 32. Are you right? 5, 4, 3, 2. Oh, okay, 30. Okay.
That's pretty amazing.
Attack. All right, it's about 34 seconds. So it should go off at 15:04, according to our
I got
contact
33.
line. You got 33?
Yeah.
All right, let's see if I can nail this one. We're going to keep you on all night until I actually nail it. No. Wait, I'm a little bit early. All right, here we go. Let's see. I got to go at 59. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. All right.
Still have 2 seconds.
No, that was not 2 seconds off.
Sorry.
Jackass. All right, here's the point. Is this in your room or is it in the hallway?
There's one in my room, but I don't actually know if it's the one. Like, there's one in the hall. There's, like, one everywhere. I don't know.
Okay, how long has this been going off?
Since we've been here.
Oh,
it's just like 6
okay.
years.
Well, you guys, let me go ahead and check your lease agreement. You guys moved in. It says 9/26/03. Hold on, let me pull that paperwork up. Oh, hold on a second. First off, Michelle is stupid enough to be in radio. This could just work. I love that answer. How long has it been going on since we've been here? Since we've been here. Mm-hmm. By the way, if anyone wants to know why I flirt with driving off a freeway overpass every night on the way home, it's those kinds of answers. This is why I have such disdain for our callers. But secondly, I've said it many times. The smoke detector every 30 seconds, and it's loud over the phone. If you were in the small apartment and that thing was chirping, I would have an epileptic seizure after 10 minutes. The point is this would drive a reptile insane. Do you understand that if you had like a snake in an aquarium, it would eat its own tail and kill itself because of that goddamn smoke detector? And these people who call our show actually go to sleep in the bedroom that it's in and have an amazing ability to eventually tune it out, which is what you would just have to do. Otherwise, you go insane.
Correlation with abuse, I guarantee.
Really?
Must be.
Michelle?
Yeah.
Were you ever abused?
Yeah, maybe like 3 times.
Who did it?
There's this guy at my church, and like, I guess I was like maybe 4 or 5, I guess. And then there's another. The second one was a girl, but that only happened once. But the one guy, it happened like numerous of times, and it stopped, and I was like,
Sexual abuse.
maybe 8.
All right. Have you ever got any counseling?
No.
All right. 20.
No.
54.
So
All right.
Michelle, it may seem strange we're drawing a correlation of abuse with ignoring a very annoying stimulus.
You have to be able to tune things out.
Right, absolutely.
Okay, and by the way, this is abuse, by the way. Your dad not changing the goddamn battery and the smoke detector. Would you tell your stupid no-count dad to get up on a chair and change his stupid battery?
Yeah, sure.
Or why don't you just unhook it? if you're going to live dangerously anyway.
Because
the chances of your father changing the battery after I don't know how many years probably.
Okay, it went right at 54.
That's pretty amazing.
That's all I do is track smoke detectors on this show. As a matter of fact, if you don't have a smoke detector with the low battery chirp, don't bother calling.
Don't call Loveline.
All right,
now,
so
would you tell
listen,
Michelle?
I'll tell you how to get
a
radio. Go to a radio station and intern. Answer the phones. Drive the vans. Just get there and show up. That's how you get into radio. Forget about all the broadcast classes and communication degrees. Forget about all that stuff. Go to the radio station, get to the radio station, start volunteering at the radio station. Next thing you know, you're answering phones, you're driving the van, and you're producing the morning show. All right?
Thanks.
All right. Good times.
Amazing.
By the way, okay, it's an interesting subject, Bruce, which is the ability for human beings to tune out the outside world. These are the people who smell to high heaven and never know it. These are the guys driving around with the Space Saver spare tire on their car, and they're going on month 13. They're able, once something it becomes part of the landscape, and they have zero ability to change. They won't enact any change. They tune it out, and I argue at that point you're more animal than human being.
Well, or frequently at a very impressionable age, as in this case, this person's had abuse. But if something happens that's traumatic at an impressionable age, people tend to try and establish that kind of a pattern, that kind of pattern of chaos in their life.
Right.
So,
right. But good times. I would take a mop handle, that thing. I would go insane. Yeah, and then I would take the mop handle to my dad for not changing the 9-volt.
Well, they designed that to be an annoying sound, one that you're not going to be able to put up with.
They had no idea. I mean, it actually, here's the whole thing. Like, I wonder, like, I would like to, they must have like a smoke detecting manufacturers conference that goes on every year. I'm sure it's a lot of exciting guys wearing clip-on ties. I would like to show up and speak to this group and go, you know that super high, loud, annoying decibel chirp sound that the thing makes every 29 seconds or so when the battery goes low? Not enough.
Useless.
We have people who are going on 9 months of that chirp without changing the battery. You understand? Here's what's going to have to happen. It is going to have to actually start a small fire in order to get. Ironically, it needs to burst into flames because half the people in the country will not change the battery based on the loud, audible chirp that goes off every 30 seconds for the rest of their life. They will tune it out like animals.
I thought a subliminal message coming out of the thing would be the only.
No, it must like spray sulfur gas into the room. It must be something that makes your eyes water, that you actually have to like put a bag over your head and reach up and change a thing, because they won't. And the other thing about smoke detectors is everyone's whole thing is like, you got to put them up on the ceiling. You've got to put them on the ceiling. They go on the ceiling because that's where all the smoke goes. Well, here's the problem. You can't reach stuff on the ceiling. And most idiots, once it's anything that's out of their reach, it ain't happening. Light bulb goes out, smoke detector goes out, there's a roach on the ceiling. You can't reach it. You can't get to it. You can't do anything about it. Now, a monkey can figure out to slide a chair over if you put a banana on a string, but not half the people in this country. So it's out of reach. I would say, why not put the thing down the wall 2 feet and just put it on the wall?
Yeah.
You know
which
what I mean?
In the instructions, which I've read many times, they tell you can do that.
Yeah, at least that way you can get to it. And then here's the other problem, quite honestly. Nobody has 9-volt batteries lying around the house. Everyone has the AA, the C's, and triple. They have the stuff for the flashlight. They have the stuff for the Walkman. You know, they have the stuff for the games and the toys and stuff like that. But they don't have the 9-volter sitting around. And I believe that's a deal breaker for half the people.
I have them sitting around. You can test speakers with them.
Yeah, no, listen. Hey, put them on your tongue.
They're the least used.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Dr. Bruce over here knows everything about smoke detectors, and has a barrel of 9-volt batteries. Yet can't make the national radio show on time. Fascinating dichotomy. Sure, that name a cologne after you.
What would that be?
Tardy.
You had your fun.
All right.
Pretty interesting theory there. I guess someone's going to have to ask Joy Reid if she was ever sexually abused. But anyway, there's many more examples, many more calls uploaded to YouTube. You can check them out if you want. I think most of you get the idea. Some scholars have theorized that the real Adam Carolla is actually locked away in a padded cell somewhere because the smoke detectors eventually drove him to the brink of utter insanity, and that the Adam Carolla you think you know is actually a cloned version. This is a little bit far-fetched. I'm not sure if I buy it, but who knows? Regardless, I was curious if there were any actual scholars who looked into the issue, so I did some research there, and I was able to find that they did do a study back in 2008, sponsored by the Hearing Loss Association of America, to test whether or not most people could hear their smoke detectors. The results of the study were absolutely shocking, concluding that 43% of Americans, almost 1 in 2 people, could not hear their smoke alarms. However, it should be noted, this study wasn't testing whether or not you could hear the low battery chirp. This study was testing whether or not the actual smoke alarm would wake you up when you're sleeping. Now, if you've ever heard a smoke alarm go off, it is extremely loud and annoying. So how could 43% of people sleep through that? Well, the researchers theorized that it may be something to do with the fact that the smoke detectors have a higher pitch. So the researchers tried using devices with lower frequencies and found that those were much more effective at waking people up, finding that over 90% of the participants were woken up at a frequency of 520 hertz and 75 decibels, with 100% of participants being woken up at 95 decibels. Now again, this is the actual smoke alarm we're talking about, not the low battery chirp. However, it does seem reasonable to think that a similar issue may be at play here, given that the low battery chirp is also a higher frequency like the smoke detector itself. In the years since Loveline and the 2008 study, other people have broached the issue and tried to come up with their own theories. Some people have even tried to racialize the issue, implying that African Americans are disproportionately more likely to be SDIs. For example, this video on TikTok has been viewed over 12 million times.
I don't know why, but I am offended. First off, that's hella ignorant and stereotypical.
And this is what pisses me off about people. How are you going to stereotype a whole entire race?
Well, I do find that video to be humorous. I don't personally think we can give much credence to this theory. First of all, race is socially constructed and therefore not even real, so I don't see what it could possibly have to do with anything. Ergo, furthermore and regardless, this issue did come to a head during the lockdown phase of the coronavirus pandemic, in which many students were switched to doing their schooling through online Zoom calls, and the issue of constantly chirping smoke detectors became a large distraction in some schools. For example, they wrote about it in this article at the Washington Post, which detailed how the problem got so bad at Whittier Elementary in Northwest Washington that the principal of the school contacted the fire department to have them help deal with it. Now, one Twitter user posted the demographic makeup of Whittier Elementary, and I'm not sure what the, oh, wait a minute, I see what they're trying to say here. Well, look, that's probably just a coincidence. In fact, we have one easily available, rigorous scientific method to debunk this myth, which is asking ChatGPT. So I queried it, are African Americans more likely than other ethnic groups to ignore their smoke alarms, low battery chirp? And ChatGPT says there is no credible evidence or research to suggest that African Americans or any specific ethnic group are more likely to ignore the low battery chirp of a smoke alarm. So there you have it. I think you'll find that settles the debate once and for all. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please make sure to hit like, subscribe, and leave a comment if you have your own theories regarding this fascinating phenomenon. And I will catch you back on the flip side. Peace out.
Well, I'm wearing a nice black garter. Just thinking about the Holocaust right now.